It's the second week of the Eat Out to Help Out scheme. And today looks as if it's going to be hot for the next few days before a change in the weather from Thursday, as Kate Kinsella just told us. So many restaurants and bars have been trying to open up outdoor space to accommodate customers in a safe way. In Chelsea, one landlord has changed the way businesses pay rent as part of a package to help tenants. And our reporter Barry Caffrey is in Chelsea for us this morning. Hello, Barry. Good morning.
Morning to you, Vanessa. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a scorcher of a day today. I'm on Duke of York Square, which is a stone's throw from Sloane Square, which many people will know. And this area has really increased all of its al fresco dining offerings because they have plenty of tables outside, and the restaurants and the coffee shops around here are able to benefit from that. And of course, with good weather, many people want to be outside. Chris Ammermann is the co-founder of Vardo Restaurant, which also trades as Caravan. There's a couple of Caravan restaurants which people may know. Chris, social distancing has been something that you and every other restaurant operator up and down the country has had to deal with. What has it been like?
Well, it's been a real challenge, to be honest. We've had to remove several, tables and chairs from our restaurants, and that has meant that the capacity numbers are smaller. And combined with the initial, reluctance to go straight out to restaurants, it's been a real challenge in terms of numbers.
We're up on your roof here with a view over the King's Road, and I know you've actually just changed this area so people can come up here and have a drink. How important has the alfresco dining been to you and your business?
It's been a total lifesaver. We've worked with our landlord, Cadogan Estates, to put 100 chairs on the square here, and we've also just opened a rooftop bar where you can drink champagne and rosé. And the Chelsea community have been great. They've all come out in droves on the weekend and the last couple of weeks to support us. It's been fantastic. And
talk to me about the Eat Out to Help Out scheme. This is obviously Rishi Sunak's scheme to get 50% off Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday throughout August. Has it been beneficial?
It's been surprisingly beneficial. I think a lot of people were a bit confused by it at the start, but we've had 3 days of it. Today's the fourth day, and particularly early in the week where you may not be that busy, and we're also missing a lot of office workers aren't back at work yet in their office. They're obviously still working, and we found that the Monday to Wednesday, the Eat Out to Help Out scheme has actually been fantastic for us.
And business generally in your other restaurants good at the moment?
Well, we have 4 of our 6 restaurants open. The 4 that are open are doing surprisingly well. The 2 that aren't, they're in locations that are largely office locations, so we're hoping to open them in the coming weeks, and we'll see how we go.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Vanessa, as I say, a gorgeous morning here. I'm going to head over across town to Borough Market to speak to some of the traders there in a little bit, but definitely the alfresco dining options beneficial to businesses here.
Thank you very much indeed. Barry Caffrey there in Chelsea. And joining us on the programme now, Stephen Medway from the Cadogan Estate. They own 93 acres of space in Kensington and Chelsea. Stephen, good morning to you.
Good morning, Vanessa.
So, Eat Out to Help Out. So far, are you judging it a success?
Yes, I think we are. Having speaking to over 30 restaurants across the estate, most of them are saying it's been a real success, and obviously we're very supportive of the government initiative. As a landlord, we have to support our businesses ourselves, and as you mentioned, we've been doing a lot in terms of rent deferrals of over 15 million. Mm-hmm. And the restaurants like Caravan and Vardo, we've actually turned them all into turnover rents only, so we've removed their base rent, which we think is much more conducive for them.
And the idea being that if you didn't, presumably many businesses would struggle and ultimately go under.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a landlord here for the long term, and we really want Chelsea to survive and thrive past this. So, it's in our best interest that we support our tenants as best we can. Obviously, we've really prioritised the independents, many that we have across Chelsea, and those that really need it.
And what about opening up outdoor space? Because I've really lost count of the number of people who've said to me, I'd love to eat in a restaurant, but when I say in, I don't mean in, I mean out. I want to be at a restaurant, eating the food, not cooking it myself, not washing it up, but I don't want to be inside. We all know that the virus is much more likely to spread inside than out. People would like to eat at restaurants, but outside, where obviously in London space is at a premium. So you've been thinking creatively about this.
Yeah, we have. We're very lucky in Chelsea that we have, it's conducive for social distancing. We have a lot of open space. And we've implemented a lot of measures. So Pavilion Road, if you don't know where it is, it's our new foodie and artisan street that's just behind Peter Jones, where you can find a butcher's and cheesemongers, etc. That's been closed to vehicles. For the first time ever, we've got 2 pop-up bars on Sloane Square, run by the Royal Court and Colbert. And you can even play French bowls. And our running track in front of the Saatchi, so near Duke York Square, we've opened up to public picnics at the weekend. So, when you come down to Chelsea now, you can really, really experience the al fresco dining in a way that we've never been able to.
I mean, you make it sound very enticing and you make it sound very delightful, but are you at all nervous of getting a kind of Brighton/Bournemouth beach vibe going on, whereby people are absolutely inebriated, having a belting time, completely forgotten about social distancing, and carousing with such vigour that the whole thing becomes potentially very dangerous? Are you concerned about that, or is Chelsea so decorous and so genteel that nobody would dream of behaving like that?
No, I think we have to make sure that as a landlord we're keeping everyone safe. So we have on-site security teams and things like that. But the area is big enough for us to be able to accommodate the sorts of numbers that we see at the weekend. The fine food market that people enjoy every Saturday, we've moved that onto the running track to really help facilitate social distancing as best we can.
Of course, there have been many complaints about what's been going on in Soho, where a kind of Rabelaisian feeling has certainly abounded, and that's putting it in a very understated way. I mean, there's an awful lot going on there that people look at and they're just really horrified and very concerned about a potential spread. And we all know that up north, the catchphrase that they're using to try to persuade young people to be sensible is "don't kill your granny," isn't it?
Yeah, well, again, I think, we are lucky in Chelsea because we've got enough space to be able to make sure that every individual table and chair, is 2 metre plus. We're not even keeping to the 1 metre. We're making sure 2 metre. And, we've done it in a very considered way. And so far, all of the residents and the local businesses have been nothing but supportive and really great feedback for what they're experiencing.
Well, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Appreciate it. That is, of course, Stephen Medway from the Cadogan estate. Lovely listener. Looking forward to your calls on the apology from the